Hey singers, this is Kevin. As promised, I'm making a brief video tutorial to show you how to get up and running recording audio using Audacity. I'll be doing this on Windows 10 since I think that's the most common operating system in use. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. First step, I'll just open up any old web browser and we'll search for Audacity. You'll see the top hit here. I'm going to click on download. And from here, I'll select Audacity for Windows. If you're using a different OS, this is where you might start diverging from this tutorial. And then down here, I'll click on the Audacity 2.3.3 installer. And it takes me to this page that actually makes me select again which one I want to download. But I click here, and the download begins. So once the download completes, I'll go ahead and click on the installer. Just a side note, if you're using a new version of Windows and it was maybe a less expensive machine, it might have shipped with Windows Secure Mode, which prevents you from installing software from anywhere but the Microsoft Store. So if that's the case, you may have some extra steps to get out of Secure Mode. I'll minimize this, and English is good. Next, 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 install. And after a few moments, we should be good to go. And I will launch Audacity when I finish. Now, the first thing you'll want to look at when you've opened Audacity is this field right here, which shows you your recording device. In this case, I've already got it correctly selecting my USB audio device. If you're using a laptop, there's a good chance that it has a built-in microphone. And you want to make sure you're using the microphone that's going to give you the best sound quality. So here I'm using my USB input device. Let's just record a brief section of audio just to get a feel for how that works. So I press the record button and test 1, test 2, test 3, and then I'll hit stop. I can play that back like this. And test 1, test 2, test 3, and then I'll hit stop. And that's really all there is to recording audio. Of course, there's a good chance you might record something that you decide not to keep, so you can just delete audio by clicking right here. And now we're back to where we started. Now, it seemed to me from the traffic on the Facebook page that the issue that people were concerned about was that they wanted to be able to play back the backing track and record at the same time and not have the backing track show up on the recording. And as long as you're using headphones and a microphone, that's actually a trivially easy thing to do. So let me show you how that works. Now, I don't think we've actually generated the backup track that we're going to be singing to yet. So in its place, I'm just going to be using a vocal warm-up that I found on YouTube. So I'll just move that over here. I'll move Audacity over here, and then we'll be ready to record. So I'm going to start recording on Audacity, and then I'm going to start playing back the warm-up track, and you'll see that the warm-up track doesn't get captured to Audacity. Now let me play that back. So you may have noticed that there's some background noise. I'm not in a particularly well acoustically isolated environment, but clearly the vocal warm-up didn't show up on the audio recording. Okay, let's do that again, but this time I'll actually sing my part so that you'll see that it shows up on the track. First I will delete my old track. I'm not using that. And then I'll start recording and start playback. Okay, that's enough to make the demonstration. Okay, so now let's play this back and see what we've recorded. You'll see that it's just my voice, just like we wanted. So for the last step, let's look at how we can save and export this. First, I'm going to go to File, Save Project, and Save Project. I'm going to name it Kevin John _tenor. I think it's best that we name it with our names and the parts that we sing, just so it's easier to keep all this together. I'm overwriting a previous version. Okay, and then I'm also going to go to Export, Export as MP3. This can give us a file that might be easier for us to work with. Again, I'm going to name it Kevin John Tenor MP3. Hit save. It asks me for some metadata. I'll just leave that all as the defaults. We don't really need that. And then if I go to my folder, which is in Documents Audacity, I'll see that these two new files have been created, and those are the files we're probably going to be sharing with each other.